while millions of professionals across the UK are absolutely wrecking their productivity trying to juggle dozens of AI tools in record time. Britain's most iconic wartime leader had already sketched out the definitive blueprint for digital efficiency. Here's the counterintuitive truth. Winston Churchill's bizarrely eccentric routine holds the exact secret to surviving the avalanche of demands from today's market without having a full-blown mental breakdown. Today, where we're going to unpack this great strategist's forgotten protocols to show you how to stop being a mere tech typist and start becoming a genuine corporate commander. Let's dive straight into the first protocol. Topic 1. The Commander's Bedchamber, the art of high-level delegation. If you look closely at Britain's most intimate historical records, you'll find that Winston Churchill ran the British war effort in a way that would be completely shocking by today's productivity standards. The legendary Prime Minister spent his entire mornings lounging comfortably in bed, wrapped in a colorful silk dressing gown, dictating crucial memos and historic speeches to a team of quick-witted typists scribbling away at lightning speed. The big lesson that the average person totally misses today is that Churchill never wasted his precious time or mental energy on the mechanical grunt work of typing or formatting reports. He understood perfectly well that his role at the top of the geopolitical chessboard was purely to architect high-level strategy, leaving the operational execution to others. In the grey offices of the City of London or in the endless meetings of the modern corporate world, the vast majority of professionals make the fatal mistake of acting like history's overworked typists. They burn precious hours of the day wrestling with messy spreadsheets or bashing out repetitive bureaucratic emails, when really they should just be commanding the technology around them. To turn this game completely on its head, you need to start treating modern AI tools exactly the way Churchill treated his team of executive secretaries at Downing Street. Essential reads like Tim Ferriss's The 4-Hour Workweek spell out this shift in mindset perfectly, teaching you how to delegate with pinpoint clarity so you can focus only on what actually moves the needle in your career. Once you flip that mental switch for good and start carrying yourself like a genuine commander, AI becomes your fastest and most tireless assistant. Instead of wasting the whole day putting together a business presentation from scratch, set up a simple script and get the machine to sort out the structure while you fine-tune the bigger vision for the business. This aristocratic habit of saving your brain power for razor-sharp decision-making builds a kind of focus muscle that hardly anyone in today's market manages to develop. After all, there's no point having the fastest tools in the world at your fingertips if you don't know exactly when to switch off the engine and protect your mind from the sheer exhaustion that destroys reactive professionals. Topic 2. Radical compartmentalization, the strategic afternoon nap. The great secret behind Churchill's astonishing ability to withstand the enormous pressure of the Second World War without losing his sharpness was one non-negotiable daily habit. He split his day rigidly down the middle. After luncheon dealing with the most urgent matters of state, the Prime Minister would take a long hot bath and retire for a refreshing nap of nearly 2 hours, waking up completely renewed for a second full stretch of work that would run right through until the early hours. This surgical division of his routine let his brain process accumulated stress efficiently, effectively giving him 2 working days in a single 24-hour stretch. In the digital age, where we're bombarded by constant stimulation, most British professionals fry their cognitive capacity simply because they don't know the right moment to shut out the noise. To apply this level of radical compartmentalization to your everyday working life in London or Manchester, you don't necessarily need a bed in the office, you just need rock-solid digital boundaries. The renowned focus expert Michael Hyatt lays out in his acclaimed book, Free to Focus, how to carve out isolation zones in your diary to save your intellect from burnout and chronic reactivity. Try closing every tab in your browser and putting your phone on silent for 60 minutes straight after lunch, dedicating that time exclusively to a walk or some light reading with 0 screens. By training your mind to switch off completely while your AI automations run in the background, you come back to complex tasks with brutal mental clarity. This ability to build pockets of silence throughout the day is what separates brilliant strategists from exhausted employees who just react to emails until knock-off time. When you protect your brain from decision fatigue through these strategic breaks, your ability to steer analytical tools grows exponentially. It's this mental freshness that lets you filter out the chaos with real elegance, turning raw data into decisions that generate genuine wealth and impact in the market. And it's precisely armed with this rested, sharp mind that the modern commander can descend into the most complex control rooms and extract exactly what actually matters. Topic 3. The war room's filtered data synthesis over information flood. Deep beneath Whitehall, Churchill's famous war rooms received a monumental daily flood of reports. What really set Churchill's leadership apart was his flat-out refusal to wade through endless slabs of bureaucratic paperwork. He formally demanded that his closest advisors boil down the densest scenarios into a single sheet of paper. He understood perfectly that a chronic overload of information paralyzes quick decision-making, and that real strategic power lies in the ability to distill chaos into absolute clarity. In today's corporate world, most professionals are drowning in an ocean of raw data churned out by AI, wrongly believing that volume is the same thing as real efficiency. Anyone who genuinely wants to thrive in the age of large language models needs to learn to train the technology to act like Churchill's filtering committee rather than a factory churning out generic text. Instead of spending hours trying to plow through enormous financial reports for your industry, you should be instructing the AI with surgical precision to pull out only the 3 metrics that actually matter to your business. An absolute must-read for really getting to grips with this art of effective simplification is the classic book Principles by the Megandester Ray Dalio, which teaches you how to build clear filtering criteria so you don't get swallowed up by day-to-day noise. Once you master this logical architecture, you stop being a passive screen reader and step into the role of an elite analyst. This deliberate stance of chasing high-level synthesis is what keeps your mind free to focus on the big corporate plays that automation will never be able to replicate. When you stop hoarding unnecessary data and start demanding only the essentials, decision-making becomes an absurdly clean, elegant, and secure process. This sharp analytical muscle protects your career from becoming obsolete, raising your strategic value in front of any board or executive team in the UK. And it's with this same spirit of chasing direct answers, stripped of any operational faffing about, that the modern professional sets the pace for executing their plans. Topic 4. Action this day. Immediate execution over perfect planning. Vivid red label bearing the direct order. Action this day. The British Prime Minister felt genuine revulsion at bureaucratic procrastination and understood that, in times of extreme crisis, a good decision executed immediately beats a perfect decision made too late, every single time. In today's professional landscape, flooded with AI tools, plenty of talented people fall into the trap of spending entire days polishing the perfect prompt or planning the ideal automation that never actually leaves the drawing board. Real productivity in the age of algorithms doesn't reward the most meticulous planner, rewards the strategist who implements, tests, and tweaks practical insights at market speed. To bake this protocol of aggressive action into your current working routine, you need to drastically shrink the gap between getting an insight and testing it out in the real world, teaching you how to clear your mind of open loops and move projects forward with surgical speed. When you use AI to draft a new marketing strategy or a bit of automation code, don't sit around waiting for someone else's approval or for the stars to align perfectly. Put the idea to the test with a small group of clients that very same day. This mindset of rapid experimentation creates such a fast learning loop that it leaves any traditional competitor eating dust. AI becomes an accelerator of real results, not just another open tab on your browser generating conceptual distractions. It's this constant, resolute forward momentum that builds bulletproof reputations and opens exclusive doors in the most competitive corporate ecosystems in the world. And it's exactly after nailing down this rock-solid foundation of flawless execution and mastering the high-performance dynamics of history's greatest leaders that we're ready to bring this whole journey full circle. Conclusion. At the end of the day, discovering how Winston Churchill's routine predicted the future of AI productivity won't make the slightest bit of difference if you carry on operating with the same knackered reactive habits tomorrow morning. True corporate sovereignty demands cold, immediate execution, and delegating the operational grind so you can take command of your projects is your definitive step toward strategic freedom. Why keep choosing to be a professional crushed under endless notifications in London or Manchester when you're now carrying the exact blueprint of history's greatest strategists? It's time to stop chasing every new tool that pops up on your feed and start dictating the terms of your own cognitive game. Let me leave you with one provocative question to chew on before you close this video today. If you keep managing your time, your attention, and your AI tools in exactly the same way you did last week, where will you be professionally a year from now? Are you genuinely happy sacrificing your peace of mind just to look busy for other people? Or are you ready to adopt a lean model and command your results with the precision of a true leader? The operators who really dominate the British market don't let themselves get paralyzed by the sheer volume of data. They build an unshakable foundation to lead with calm and sovereignty. The choice is entirely yours, but remember that your future career will absolutely thank you for the decision you make today. If you're truly ready to armor up your mind, take control of the algorithms, and keep unpacking these deep, far from obvious strategies, now is the perfect moment to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. By joining our community today, you'll make sure you get our weekly tactical breakdowns on high performance and strategic mastery first. Don't let this valuable knowledge get lost in the rush of your next few working days or structure your mental model tonight. Put the immediate action protocol into practice, and we'll see you in the next video.